the line tonight, and nothing is holding me down. I'm feeling my feet hit the ground. Let's roll, let's ride. Hit the road, don't look back to the unknown. And all the fears I'm letting go, I'll watch them burn in front of me. I am no longer your prisoner, and have the best of me. I live in love, and I'll break free. I've got courage under fire, and I'm ready to roll. Ready to roll. Ready to hit the road, don't look back to the unknown. And all the fears I'm letting go, I'll watch them burn in front of me. I am no longer your prisoner, and have the best of me. I live in love, and I'll break free. I've got courage under fire, and I'm ready to roll. Ready to roll. Ready to roll.
All right, I'm Jay Stone, and we're broadcasting live from Tarpon Springs, Florida at rockmetaltalk.com. That was Ready to Roll. And I just happen to have the whole band here on the phone with me, so we're all conferenced in. So I'd like to welcome you guys to the show. Thanks for calling in.
Thanks for having us, man.
Yeah,
Hey.
no problem. So we have the entire band. They're pretty much all in different locations right now, so we're all conferenced in together. So, you know, hopefully we'll have good sound here. But anyway, so if one of you want to just tell us a little bit about the history of the band so far, if one of you want to go there.
Well, I don't know if we can all rock, paper, scissors where we are. To pick up Mike or Ralph.
But
What was that? Either Mike or Ralph, one of you guys.
Yeah, Ralph, why don't you go ahead?
Okay. Well, believe it or not, I'm a minister, pastor, and the way this whole thing started is my golf game sucks, and I don't have I didn't have a whole lot to do recreationally for myself, and all through high school I'd been through a couple of bands, Korn sounding style bands, grunge bands, things like that, and I just wanted to get something going again, and took to Craigslist and wrote a very cheesy ad about wanting to start a rock band. And oddly enough, Mike saw past through the cheese and reached out to me.
I actually like the cheese, so I think that might have been a good reason for it.
So that's kind of where the genesis begins with that. So, I'm not your typical preacher in that way. I mean, I grew up listening to Megadeth and Metallica, and that was my thing, and I got tattoos, and I do all that, and I have a good time, and just wanted to make great music, and thankfully met Mike, and which led us to Darwin, and then Tony came along, and it's been an awesome ride ever since. And in my opinion, we're just getting started.
So when you guys basically got together, did you write the songs from scratch after that initial, meeting, or did you guys each come in with your own material?
Our writing process kind of works in a certain way. Darwin brings in arrangements that he figures out on his own, and then I end up putting the melodic parts on top of it, plus the lyrics. And I think most of our songs have followed that pattern. Writing the songs was just, you're in a good band when writing and being creative with each other is easy. And I think when we wrote our first song, which is on the EP, Leave It All Behind, that song came together pretty quickly from what I recall. And Darwin brought in like 3 song ideas, and that one came together, I'd say in like a week or two, at least the melody parts of it. Lyrics came later. Lyrics always come later with us. But no, I think that was a good sign for me that having guys that believe in the sound and are on the same page with the sound, those songs came together pretty quick. And all of our songs that we write are all original tunes.
So basically the style you came up with, that was the style you were headed for, or it's just what happened?
Go for it.
Yeah, I think, like, when I write, I personally don't write, I don't keep a style in mind, I just write. And my attitude is, like, I'm a rock, heavy metal background, but I love anything that's good, music-wise. I don't country, rap, as long as it's good and grabs me and something in there inspires me, I will learn from that, and I'll go from that. And what I usually do is I don't sit down and go, I'm going to write something and it's got to fit this style. I just write something, and then I come to rehearsal and I start riffing around on it. And if the guys are like, "Whoa, that sounds cool. What was that?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I'm just riffing around." And then I go from there and I build on it, and then it just becomes us. The one thing we laugh about is when I was first bringing songs to the band, Ralph used to always say, "We don't really have a sound. We're like, we have this all over the place." But then as we rehearsed and got together, we actually have a sound, and it's our sound. We develop our own style.
Yeah.
Be on the lookout for the Taylor Swift sounding sound coming there.
So
when we're writing songs, this is Mike on. So I'm talking about, like, when we get together, it's such a unique process. And when I'm writing my stuff, if you notice on the songs, a lot of them are based on melody. If a song doesn't have a hook or a melody, I'm not going to stick with it. And these guys know I try out 2 or 3 different melodies before I land on one. Because if somebody listens to a song and can't get connected to the hook or can't get connected to the melody, it's not a good song to me. So it takes a while for some of these songs to develop. Our last song, I tried maybe 5 or 6 different choruses during rehearsal, and none of them really landed. And sometimes I look to the guys to say, look, which one sounded better? So it's really a collaborative process. It's really a process where all of us are really on the same page, writing songs and really sticking to melody and songs that people can relate to with the sound.
Did you find it that simple in other bands, or do you think this group has more of a magic together?
Well, I think Darwin has a good idea of chord structure, and one of the great things about our songs is there's a simple structure to all of them. A lot of them follow the verse, chorus, bridge, solo, back to chorus structure. And so when you're working within that structure, it's very easy for you to figure out where you want to go with the song. So I think there's definitely an ease to it compared to the other bands that I've been in. But I also think that there's a chemistry there that you can't replicate with other people. It's so important for all of us to be on the same page.
Yeah, I found at least I mean, having been in a few different bands. Number one, I'm sober in this band, so that part's different. But I think everybody here is committed to putting out the best and creating the best song that we can as we see it. And I think when everybody has that approach, and when we walk into a room and we play together, and that's the end goal, I think it's a little bit easier to work with people. Egos get put aside, and we all look to do what's best for the song. No one's looking to have a 15-minute, solo.
Right.
So that, I think that attitude promotes an environment where there's a good flow.
So you mentioned, playing live. So how, you guys done a couple of shows, right? How often are you playing, and how has the turnout really been? Because, live music is just starting, I think, to rebound now since, the economy took a dip. So that's...
Well, it's hard out. We're obviously from Los Angeles. There's a billion clubs. They try to stuff 4, 5, 6, 7 bands in every night. It's hard. We, just like every band, we have shows that we play to 5, 10 people, and we have shows when we play to a couple hundred people. I mean, it just depends on the night, and hopefully, God bless people decide they want to come out and see us that night and have a good time with us. And we're very, we're not one of those bands that just show up and play. We'll play our set and we hang out the rest of the night and talk to everybody, and we'd like to have a great time, man. It's a passion that we love, and we love when we connect with people and they can feel that we're real. We're not just doing something,
Right.
We're doing something that touches people and us, or we wouldn't be doing it.
Is there any plans to do shows outside of Los Angeles, or are you going to keep this based out of there for now?
We're working on that right now. We're getting our
play on it.
Yeah, we're updating all of our press kit. Our EP we put it out ourselves. We actually only did the EP so that we could reach out to other venues and get bookings. My experience with Carbon 9, I made a lot of connections in that world, and I'm starting to put them to use for us so that we can get out. It's a lot harder when you don't have people behind you. So we all have regular jobs and families and stuff like that, but we'll make it happen.
So
one time.
In addition to what you've released on the EP, is there any more music written that's going to be released, or is it just stuff you're playing live?